I believe valor is extraordinary selflessness, where you address a situation that calls for an action way above and beyond what you thought you were going to have to deal with.
The ability to push forward in the face of that unknown or that dynamic change that's unfolding, you can't just stop. Because if you stop, then who's going to take care of the person? Who's going to take care of that incident?
The reason they're putting themselves at risk is not for glory, is not for accolades. They're putting themselves at risk to help somebody else. And that, to me, is the key to defining valor.
But you can actually see human life is on the line. And you actually know. To me, that's valor. Making that split-second decision of going, knowing that you are most likely not going to come back.
But it is truly the human spirit at work, where a civilian or a firefighter or an EMT or a police officer has gone above and beyond.
What I consider oftentimes the most important part of the valor recognition is what the individual citizen does to help fellow citizens in time of need.
Anybody has an opportunity to step up if the situation is there, and it just takes the courage to do so. And I think recognizing that, letting the community know what other people in the community are doing is inspirational.
If they hadn't helped me, I wouldn't be here today.
Pat was telling a joke, and I walked in my office.
In mid-sentence, she just fell over backwards.
And she died.
She was not breathing, she had no pulse.
They went beyond, way beyond being just nice.
And I had never done CPR on anybody.
And she was doing CPR, and she got tired and told me I had to take over. I didn't know how to do CPR.
I said, you have to do this, I can't do the oxygen and this at the same time.
It was scary for her, you know, because she knows me personally and everything.
You just do it. There was no question that I wouldn't do it. And on top of that, she's one of my very best friends that was laying on the floor.
And if we didn't do what we did, she wouldn't be. She's working full time. She's with me every day. And that's what I think about.
You think you have a lot of time ahead of you, and you don't necessarily. You just have to live in the moment. You really do. I know that's cliche, but it's so true.
Oh yes, I've very much cherished these days since then.
My wife and my little girl always go through my mind. It's a very hard decision to know that if this doesn't go right, you know, your child's orphaned and your wife's widowed.
Realizing that anything can happen has got to be extremely stressful for any spouse. They're the ones that they don't know if their spouse is going to come home that day, that night.
One of the main driving reasons behind it is their commitment to want to make a difference.
We're contacted, called whenever somebody's typically having the worst day of their life.
I think what draws people to this profession is that they want to serve. They want to be part of the community. They want to give back.
For me, this isn't a job. You know, this is a calling. This is what I was created to do.
The impact of Valor Awards and Valor recognition, I would really say that they do provide hope to our community.
When we recognize this and people know about it, that breeds a self-confidence in the community that people need.
I think it's very, very important that the community, that the citizens out there recognize and see the good things that are doing. And it's good that they realize that there is positive out there. There are people trying to do the right thing.
Because you know what they say, what goes around comes around. So if you help somebody else, then you'll be helped also.